Welcome back to Ultimate Movie Recaps. Thanks for supporting us. Today I am showing a 2019 Australian thriller film titled Outback. Watch out for the spoilers, just enjoy and take care. At the start of the movie we see an American couple Wade and Lisa both on a holiday trip to Australia in the month of June 2015. They have come for a beachside vacation. We notice that Wade's behavior has changed suddenly. In fact, Wade had proposed to Lisa for marriage in front of everyone on the plane, and Lisa refused, after which he started behaving strangely. Lisa rejected his proposal as she could not decide about her future. Further, she needed more time to decide about her marriage, and on the other hand, she wants to continue her relationship with Wade. Now, this vacation looks like an obligation for Wade as he had to join the army in 2 weeks. They both rent a car and drive towards the beach. Even after reaching the beach, Wade's mood still remains unconvincing, but Lisa persuades him and makes him understand that he should enjoy the vacation. Eventually he gets satisfied after listening to Lisa. Both of them go swimming and enjoy themselves a lot, but soon a jellyfish stings Wade, but he doesn't take it seriously. Both of them spend the whole night in their car. Wade has already planned everything, so they want to take every step according to their planning. Because there could be more danger in an unknown place, he decides to continue the journey with the help of GPS. At night both of them have some conversation. Lisa advises him that they should visit Ayers Rock, which is situated in the Australian outback. The outback is a remote, vast, sparsely populated area of Australia. That place was not included in his plan. She says that as we have come to Australia, we should roam everywhere. Further, we come to know that Lisa likes that place very much. Perhaps the same happens when someone's death is about to come. When Wade calculates the location with the help of GPS, it shows him that it takes a full 32 hours for the drive. To make Lisa happy, he heads towards Ayers Rock. As soon as they reach the outback area, the cellular network disappears as they have come far away from the human habitat. Wade was aware of this situation and he had framed some rules for the journey, like not taking any shortcuts and using GPS for the entire journey. Further, using phone services only when they reach any town in their drive. It becomes dark while they are on the journey and both of them stay in a motel during the night. The next morning they again start their journey, and at one point GPS goes on a reroute mode. But Wade was unaware of the rerouting incident of the GPS as his concentration was on the path in front of him. Further, he was very much tired. A rerouting occurs when GPS identifies a shortcut or any road with less traffic. Mistakenly he enters another route which looks unmetalled and becomes narrow after some time. Suddenly GPS instructs him to take a U-turn, and further we notice that Lisa has passed out, so she could not notice this. In simple words, we can say that both of them have lost their way. Drifting away in the outback is equal to death. Now Wade understands that the GPS has been rerouted, but both of them have come a long way. Going back means wasting the whole time. Eventually, Wade decides to continue the journey on the same path. After some time GPS reroutes once again and he decides to follow the same path, but this has happened several times. Now Wade becomes angry with GPS as his mood was already bad. He gets out of the car and looks everywhere, but he does not see anything other than desert. He says that there is no use in going ahead as their fuel is also nearing exhaustion. Wade decides to surmount a cliff so that he could see a road or a town. They leave the car there itself and move ahead, but they reach the cliff at night and there was no use in reaching that place, as they could see nothing in that place, except the desert. Further, they could not see anything as it was dark. In the same darkness, both of them were looking for their car, but they could not find it. In fact, it was already dusk and they had lost their direction. Both of them had gone many kilometers away from the car. Further, both of them looked very tired after walking for a long distance, but they could not find the car. To make matters worse, the infection on Wade's injury spreads and he faces difficulty in walking. Both of them take a rest and drink some water. We come to know that their drinking water is almost over and food was out of reach for them. Now they have to face the harsh cold at night without any warm clothes, along with dangerous wild animals lurking around them. Even then Wade does not lose courage and both stay there till the morning. Wade's injured leg looks even grimmer in the morning, yet both of them still walk following the sun, and another day passes in the same way. They had to face the night once again, but they could not locate their car. Now both of them were slowly becoming weak and they were having a lot of trouble while walking. For the whole day both of them did not drink water at all, and the night also passes for them facing the venomous and dangerous creatures. Unfortunately, during the night a scorpion stings Lisa. The next day when Wade wakes up, he tries hard to awaken her, but she lies unconscious. The color of her face and lips have changed. Further, she has also vomited, as it was the effect of poison, but Wade is still unaware of scorpion sting. He gets emotional seeing her condition and forgets the pain in his leg, carries her on his shoulders and keeps walking. On the other hand, his condition also looks very bad. Now he tries to take Lisa toward the car, but after some time he gives up and lays on the ground unconscious. His eyes open with the sound of a plane. He sees the plane and gives a signal for help, but the pilot doesn't see him. Then he uses his brain and writes SOS with some stones so that the next time any plane passes from there it can notice it. Now Wade's condition had become very bad as he had not even taken water for a long time. Finally, he has only one option, which is to drink his own urine, and he proceeds to find his bag, but he also makes a line with a stick this time so that he could not lose Lisa. As Wade departs from Lisa, she restores her senses and notices that a scorpion has bitten on her shoulder. Further, she could not move that hand properly. On the other hand, Wade finds his bag and drinks his urine after collecting it in the bottle, so that he could at least stay alive. Later Lisa shouts several times so as to get Wade's attention. We notice here that Lisa could not shout properly as she lacks energy. Wade returns back towards Lisa, but Lisa moves away from there with fear, as she hears the sounds of wolves. It becomes almost night when Wade reaches that place and he goes crazy once again as he could not find her. He starts shouting loudly for Lisa. She could hear his voice in the darkness, but could not understand from which side the voice was coming. Both of them start looking for each other and finally lose their consciousness and lay on the ground. The next day the condition of Lisa looks even worse as she could not drink water since 3 days, and she tries to find food and water from here and there, but where else she could find them in the outback. Wade also looks very dejected, and without losing any hope he starts walking. Finally, he finds a road and moves ahead, choosing a path. Luckily he locates his car, but this effort is not going to help him because there was no food or water in the car. He finds only a lighter. He could not start the car as he has left the headlight on, eventually draining the battery. As he could not start the car, he opens the bonnet of the car and drinks the wiper fluid present in it so that he could save urine for Lisa. He decides to sacrifice his life for Lisa, though he knows that consuming wiper fluid is poisonous. He once again starts searching for Lisa after drinking the contaminated water, and dusk arrives once again, but he could not find Lisa. On the other hand, Lisa completely loses hope and notices that her phone has little battery, so she records a sorry message for Wade, so that Wade could see the message even if she is no more. On the other side, we see Wade suffering from stomach pain the whole night. The next day Lisa starts looking for water as they have been in this outback for 4 days without any water and they were on the verge of death due to dehydration. She lies on the ground losing hope, but as soon as she lies down, she sees a line made by Wade and she understands that it was made by him. She follows the line and luck favors her this time as she could locate Wade after some time, but his mouth was bleeding and he was taking his last breath. He gives her the bottle filled with urine so that she could stay alive for some time. Further, he does not tell her about his sacrifice. He also gives courage to her to stay alive, whereas Lisa repents for her decision to visit the outback. Finally, Wade dies and she stays near his body for the whole day. Later she heads towards the car with much effort and finally locates the car. After reaching the car, Lisa immediately takes the ring which was presented to her by Wade. Suddenly the most venomous snake in Australia crawls over her. Amassing a lot of courage, she sits in the seat without any movement. Finally, the snake moves away from there. Now she wears the ring after coming out of the car and lies down to die. She sees some photos on her cell phone for the last time. The next morning when she opens her eyes, she sees Wade giving water to her. Lisa thinks that she is dead and feels it as Wade's soul, but it was her hallucination. Actually, she was a ranger who came there after seeing the SOS made by Wade, and Wade's sacrifice has not gone futile. After rescuing Lisa, Wade's body was sent to America. Now from the last scenes we come to know that according to the reports, Wade's death was due to kidney damage as he drank wiper fluid. On the other hand, Lisa joined a nursing school in Minnesota. With this, the film concludes, and thanks for watching.